What's up? Welcome. Change of plans. Change of plans. So, if you watched my other video, I was totally planning on doing this content nuke of Candace Owens that Nux did like a month ago or so. 2 months ago now. Um, it's got 119,000 views on it. That was the plan. But if you are in Nux's orbit like I am, and this little piece of art that I have up on the screen, that is my own AI generated image of Nux. I think it is gorgeous. It will be in the thumbnail of this video. And probably more than just this video, because honestly, that's so badass, isn't it? I love that Nux. Nux, you're my boy. You're my boy. I love you, buddy. Um, I am currently still technically waiting on him to say it's okay for me to do this, but I uh, I want to get into this. This looks like I guess going to be a good one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and interact with this, and we're gonna get this 540% going, cause I love to see this little bitch frickin' fry. So it just makes me feel all warm and gooey inside, you know. Just makes me feel all patriotic, you know. Go ahead and give you a like, because I love you so much.
Hassan Piker has absolutely terrified me and has been crying about me on Twitch for like the last entire day. This is very fun for me personally. It's extra content. We are going to respond to his false allegations. We are going to absolutely clap back with possibly one of the greatest clapbacks I've ever devised for this absolute douche. And today is going to be very fun indeed. Now, look at his very small head on his very big body. Now, just imagine that this small-headed individual might have had... So, lock in, boys and girl. First, we have to see the false allegations that this man is going to be spitting towards me.
Hide the right.
So this is him obviously talking about me. Don't worry, it's going to be crazy. This might be one of the wildest Hassan clips I've ever seen.
Identities. A lot of them come from like marginalized backgrounds, right?
He's talking about VTubers.
And now you got like fucking lolicon Nazi VTubers.
That's how you assume he's talking about me, because I'm the VTuber that lives rent-free in his head. Yep, that's me. Again, not a lolicon, not into lolly. Always actually said that lolicon was weird. My entire family was murdered by so anyway, this is just a classic Hassan move, calling everyone a pedophile. That's just the Hassan strategy at this point.
Like
It really
every
is.
fandom, no matter how gay, no matter how queer, no matter how like
What the fuck is a gay queer fandom? Like, what are you even talking about?
marginalized it might be.
Why are VTubers a marginalized fandom? Like, what the fuck is he talking about? It's just people that use an avatar. Like, what are you talking about?
Initially, ultimately, always will have these fucking neo-Nazis show up to it and fuck up the bag for everybody else.
Yeah, I ruined all of VTubing now because a terrorist supporting retard called me a neo-Nazi. Yep, I ruined it for everyone.
Like, it's crazy.
Damn it, Nux.
Crazy.
On the one hand, you got like Iron Mouse,
All right, so he'll name drop Iron Mouse, no problem.
and then on the other hand, you have these like fucking lolicon VTubers who are just insane. I saw a tweet about this. On my timeline. It also went viral. It was like
Yeah, things go viral
Oh my god, he so won't say his name. He won't say your name. Come on, say his name. Say it. Say it.
about me because I'm famous.
the fucking dude, the dude that's always complaining about me being
Notice how he won't say my name. Notice how he won't say my name, guys. He'll name drop everyone around me. He's trying his absolute best to describe me. He will not say my name. I am still Blue Voldemort. What an unbelievable quivering little pussy.
like Hassan is 700% done now.
He's keeping up with the franchise, bro. He's keeping up with the franchise. This is crazy. A lot of people may not be aware of this. I'm sure most people at this point do, but I am currently working on it. YouTube's greatest series in the history of YouTube. The How Effed is a Hassan Piker franchise. We are currently sitting pretty at 540.
I mean, I love you, Nux, but this might be the second best franchise. DBZ Abridged might be number one, but this is a very close second. A very, very close second.
40% cooked, but Hassan is up and ready to go. He name dropped the series, bro.
Now saying that he wants to sue me for slander for calling him a pedophile.
Makes sense. I actually spoke to lawyers about this, and they said I have a pretty good case, actually. And the more times he repeats this, the more evidence I actually get. Because you see, here's the thing about defamation. You need to prove damages when it comes to defamation. Now, it's really hard to prove damages when your career is actually doing super well. I am actually doing super well career-wise. So it's hard to prove damages. So the only damages I actually could do, I could actually use in court is reputational damage. So every time he calls me a pedophile, I keep all that shit, obviously. Every time there's a viral tweet calling me a pedophile, it can be traced back to Hassan. So obviously I'm going to keep all that shit. So hey, we keep gathering that. We keep going. We'll see. I'm discussing with the lawyers. This is good shit, for real.
Only to discover that.
And in honor of this video, I decided to wear this shirt. So anyone that has anything bad to say on this channel, read this shirt. Read this shirt. It's what I fucking do. Alright? I could give a shit less how pissed off one of his little fucking fans are. Alright? His little fucking fans all need to be fucking like de-fucking programmed to his shit.
A slander case would open him up to discovery.
I am not scared of discovery literally at all. Hassan is just lying again. He has invented an entire narrative in his head why I didn't actually go through with a lawsuit.
And I feel like his hard drive would be so criminal.
Right, he's saying that my hard drives would be criminal. That's, again, insinuating I'm a pedophile. It's fucked up that this guy is slandering me when this guy went to Diddy parties and might have had sex with children there. He also went to brothels in Germany that was raided and found out that they also sex traffic children. He's gone to a lot of places where he had sex with maybe children. Kind of wild.
That he might actually go and face criminal repercussions in the aftermath of.
Yeah, I'm not facing any criminal repercussions, but by opening up to discovery when I sue Hassan, is he fucking retarded? Actually, unbelievable projection. But what the holy projection is going on with this guy? There is no evidence to anything against me, by the way, just to be clear. He's just out there losing his shit, terrified, out of his mind.
Said situation, you know, but someone basically was quote retweeting it, being like, how the fuck are you, how are people seriously, oh, here it is, I can't take any VTubers.
Oh guys, look, it's me guys. Yeah, I'm on the Hassan Piker stream where he slanders me on the daily.
Seriously, bro, you are a cartoon character. Imagine if Bugs Bunny was defending Israel and being a pedophile.
I'm really glad you brought this up, Hassan, because you see, by the fact that you like this tweet, it means that you are actually promoting this narrative as well. It means that you have contributed to the 70,000+ people that like this tweet, which means that you are continually involved in the narrative of pushing me a pedophile. So yes, you are contributing to my reputational harm through this. Unfortunately for me, my career is literally the best it's ever been. It's not easy. Operation Let Him Speak is truly working really, really hard. Bro, I am a cartoon character defending Israel out here, and somehow even I, according to Hassan, and even I have more credibility than you. Do you have any idea how insane this is? And you gotta realize, this account is called Free Luigi. You're taking Free Luigi seriously. Free Luigi over here fighting on behalf of an alleged murderer. Dude, how do you you're such a fucking fraud. Oh my god. It's so good. So good.
Lolicon Zionist VTuber says he's looking into lawsuits, learns about how Discovery works, immediately stops looking.
None of that happened. That's just not true at all. I never said this. It's not even in the clip that he's showing, which is the best part. It's just completely untrue.
Went on CNN only hours after the shooting had taken place.
Now look at how he pauses the video. This is so fucking good.
To make incredibly slanderous statements about me.
I don't remember him making any slanderous statements. You call me a pedophile. That's slander, Mr. Hassan. He had to hear that. He actually had to hear that. I literally spoke to him and he heard, and he did that on stream. I mean, we know he's a fan of the How Fucked Is Hassan Piker franchise, but I didn't know he actually watched my content on stream. What a swell guy. What a swell, small-headed individual that might have had in case we're
also
all right, so he pauses that, and then he's like, oh shit, we have to come up with something else to attack him for. We have to come up with something else. All right, the pedophile.
Nux's editors are going crazy so that his lawsuit is freaking iron tight. I love this. This is gonna be great.
Strategy did not work. But what else can we call him out for?
VTubers supposed to have like cool voices.
His voice is cringe. Oh, it's so good, bro. It's so good. He tries so hard. What an unbelievable fucking retard. It's so good. He just gives me free content like every single day. How does this even happen? Oh my god. And the irony of him talking about voices. Now, remember when I said that everything he says is a projection? I think that him calling other people pedophiles is very likely a projection because he actually might have had sex with children at Diddy parties and shit. But now the irony is, and this is going to make you absolutely lose your mind. Lose your mind. All right, let me show you an old clip of Hassan. All right, this is an old clip of Hassan talking versus how he talks now.
Well, at least she's like spreading unintentionally or intentionally spreading leftist ideas. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's bad. Welcome back to the Hassanabi channel. Now, some of you are probably wondering, considering that there's a lot of back and forth going on online about why I got banned. Well-respected actor roles that does not translate on the female side at all. I would say Kathy Bates is like a good example, though. That's what I'm doing as well. All right, wait, hold on. Oh, are you gonna show me all the time as well on the Zoom call? Oh. Be honest, when you start steroids so we can screen your wrist, are my wrists gonna get thicker if I do steroids?
I'm just gonna get thicker.
I'll fucking do it, dude. I'll fucking do the damn thing.
I'll do it.
I'm actively critical of both parties. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about party affiliation. I care about like...
This dude fucking calling me out. And his voice is also lame. And his voice is also lame. Also, I took voice lessons. Like, dude, it is the funniest thing in the world. He is literally, everything he says is projection. Now I'm convinced that there's some crazy shit, by the way. Now I'm convinced there's some crazy shit on his hard drive. Because every time he calls me out for something, I feel like he ends up getting exposed for the same thing, just worse. Now, I said, isn't this the Hassan Piker guy known for possibly having sex with children at brothels and Diddy parties? Does this crying terrorist simp retard really think his daily Nuck slander is gonna make me stop? He shouted out my fucking series, bro. He shouted out my series. Even the VTuber community's coming out on my behalf. Bro, if the VTuber community is defending me, you know you've done fucked up, bro. That's crazy. Stop talking about VTubing like you know anything about it, Mr. Underage Brothel Enjoyer. I went to a Diddy party, but you're a lolicon. It's such a good day. It's such a good day. You ready, guys? For the shout out?
Like Hassan is 700% done now.
He literally said the thing. He said the thing.
That's
my goat.
Why
he said
this
the thing. Hassan is 70
and that is why this one is titled 540% done instead of effed. Because Hassan said done. I get it. I get what you're doing. I get it. I get it. This is going to be fun. We got another hour of this. Oh, this will be so much fun.
Literally 700% done now. Now, I felt like this is going to be the best way for me to respond to his slander. I'm not going to lie to you. My response to the slander is, I think, one of the best responses I've ever come up with in my entire life. I'm going to introduce you to someone named Big Bungie. Big Bungie is banned off YouTube because his content and hit pieces are way too fucked up for YouTube. So, he recently made a hit piece on Hassan, and he put it on Rumble. We are going to be reacting to Big Bungie's hit piece on Hassan. That's right. This guy's content is so fucked up that YouTube banned him. So we're going to be taking this opportunity to watch him fuck up Hassan. And we're going to be broadcasting it on the Nuxanor channel. So Hassan is truly 540% fucked, and I keep winning. So lock in, boys and girls. We are about to watch some Hassan content of the highest magnitude.
Are not Palestinian, you fucking moron! You racist piece of shit! Baying pig! You...
This might get my channel cooked before it even starts.
Bloodthirsty, violent pig dog!
I'm already... No! Thank you, Hassan, for promoting my franchise. I'm going to be taking this opportunity to promote the most degenerate hit piece against you ever made.
They're calling CPS, Child Protective Services, to come to our house and break up our family.
You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
Dude, the retard Avengers.
I will never have any fucking pity for any
Bro, the retard Avengers.
U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
Bro, that's crazy.
Okay, so what do Jews have to do with fucking Israel, you bigot?
dude, no. It's the guy with the big nose representing the Jew. Let's go! Let's go!
Are so out of your mind.
What's a pig dog? A pig dog is a Jewish slur that was used by Nazis to describe Jews during the Holocaust, and his son uses it to describe Jews. But then he claims he's not anti-Semitic. He's only happy when Zionists get murdered in D.C.
Dude, you screaming and grandstanding doesn't mean you're right.
I'm not gonna do a react content.
Because he thinks I'm weak.
You are weak.
To know.
Oh, yes.
Well, fuck you, bitch. Oh, slut.
Oh.
Fucking slut.
Oh, he's killing
Ugly
her.
Slut.
Oh, murder.
There's nothing worse than a slut who's ugly.
Sam Hyde may be a neo-Nazi. I don't actually know. That's just what people say, and I don't actually care what people say, so I don't actually care. But there is nothing worse than a slut that's ugly. Like, holy shit, he was spitting facts.
A couple online and see people.
Oh, God. Yo!
Around the same time, we received 2 humans.
That's crazy. Yeah, there's Hassan laughing. Dude, I told you, this is the crazy. We're gonna be destroying Hassan today in response to his
God, this
fucking
guy is
bullshit.
so
He doesn't
fucking
realize
creepy.
that every time he tries so hard to cry
Did you see me literally just shake from this fucker? Like, this dude is just such a fucking creep.
on stream about me, he only does one thing, and that is make me more excited to unleash righteous vengeance upon this terrorist-supporting potential pedophile.
With people like Ethan, he needs to see some stars before he's gonna fucking back down.
When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories,
Bro, that is the fucking craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. No.
it's like,
What is this?
the cutoff.
Denim's on the line. Live penis reaction.
But even if you...
By the way, a lot of people don't know this, but this is Denims. Denims is Hassan's orbiter, one of Hassan's friends. She allegedly drew tons of lolly porn at the beginning of her career, but Hassan's cool with that because that's the pedophilia that he's cool with, according to Hassan. I wouldn't go that far.
You are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15.
That Denims is a dumb fucking bitch.
You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
She is a fucking bitch. That's crazy. Do you see
crazy.
the resemblance?
Yeah, look how small his head is.
What?
He's gonna pull up a video of him supporting terrorism.
He does.
To promote a fucking charity event.
That is so crazy. Hassan supports terrorists for kids with cancer.
I made
This isn't I know they're singing, but I'm seeing this guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hassan.
Kill him.
It is. They do musicals about like
They do musicals, guys. These are just terrorists that do musicals.
their fucking like their actions all the time.
I have been consistently against genocide.
What is this clip? No. I am against genocide. I am against genocide, she says while supporting the genocidal terrorists.
You fat, disgusting bitch. Not only are you ugly on the outside, you are ugly on the inside.
Spitting facts.
Fucking ashamed.
He's so
Thank
right.
God no man is ever gonna have to see that.
The entire Creator Clash is in ruin. The
Yeah.
event is going to be fucking absolutely canceled. It's probably not going to be able to reimburse most of the fighters for the time they trained.
Oh,
I know
I'm
you're
loving
terrified
this.
of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders.
You're so great.
And I have
Your career is cooked, and so is your asshole. Doesn't your wife peg you?
decided to step away from
Oh,
Creator Clash.
man.
We have...
All right.
Oh my god!
Oh, there's the
crying!
Oh, yeah, little bitch boy cry.
What a fucking bitch!
True.
Out of...
Oh, look at Hassan fake crying. By the way, can we just take a moment to recognize the fact that this guy is building his career literally on the war in Israel? Like, that is like, dude, this guy sees a terrorist attack and he fucking starts shaking his booty.
Palestinians that were mourning her at her funeral, that were holding her casket and ripped the Palestinian flag off the casket.
Palestine versus Israel.
All right. Get ready, boys. The most degenerate hit piece of all. We're fucking killing him today. It's going to be good content.
Everyone's talking about it.
It's
all
true.
Of your least favorite races.
True. All my least favorite races. He's right.
President Trump
The Jews, Turks. He's been.
has been using all of his business acumen to create a deal to end Israel versus Palestine.
All right.
So, Mr. Palpatine,
No.
how many goats is it going to take to...
No, stop.
2.
Oh, that's
2? Did you just say 2? Yes. How many people died in Gaza? 2 billion.
No, fuck, stop. No.
That makes a lot of sense. 2
two
goats
goats.
for 2 billion people.
I approve. Yeah.
That's good math. I know math. I was the best at math. JD, please into the other room and get Palpatine his goat. Now, Mr. Netanyahu, Palpatine
All right,
is at the
Netanyahu.
table. What's it gonna take for you to end this war? $2 trillion.
Oh,
That's too much
yes.
money, Netanyahu. We cannot pay that. That's It's too much.
Oh, God.
Then I will
stop.
continue to bomb Palpatine. JD, could you please take Mr. Netanyahu into the other room?
It's true. This is literally what's happening in the Middle East. This is more educational content than Hassan. I've never seen Hassan cover this so thoroughly.
And rape him, please.
Oh,
For
stop!
white people? This is what I
Whoa!
like to call a reverse AVP scenario.
Oh.
Whoever wins, we also win. No
True.
white person should care about the plight of a nation whose flag reads, "Death to the West," to every white woman and child in the West.
Okay, in his defense, the flag doesn't actually say this, but the flag does say, "Death to America, death to Israel, a curse upon the Jews." Okay, which is pretty bad. But
And then they turn around and they beg people to care. No, I don't care. I don't care how many Palestinians die.
Holy fuck!
It's not enough for me.
Oh, God!
However, the most
Dude, I told you this guy has the most
I do
degenerate
not
hit
agree with
pieces.
this,
Now
just
we know why
saying.
he's banned off YouTube.
intelligent of our race, the Californians,
Oh, true. We have to see what the Californians are saying about this.
have taken it upon themselves to save Palestine from Jew tomfoolery. How could they achieve
God.
this, you may be asking?
It's too many
How
Jews.
could they do
Know what I'm
something
saying?
that even President Trump tried and failed to do? You see, these genius Twitch streamers such as Hassan Piker and Frogan have determined that
True.
famous Jew Ethan Klein is
Right.
actually the shadow ruler of Israel.
It's true. It's true. This one random Jew on YouTube. He's controlling everything. He's Jewish, after all. That's what Jews do.
As such, if they take down Ethan Klein, so too will Israel fall.
Damn.
And Gaza will be saved.
Yeah,
See,
that's
all the
what
way back in
happens. That's what Hassan Pecker's been doing.
2021, Ethan Klein was running the Leftovers podcast with Hassan Piker.
True.
What have people been saying about me recently? Okay?
All right.
That I'm that I'm with Jews. And let me just say this
Correct.
for the record.
They're all correct.
That I am guilty of all of those things.
They were massive fans of each other's content.
Well, I'm a fan. I always watch your. I don't catch the streams.
I would go as far as to say that they were best friends, and that chemistry really went through in the show.
Besties.
Hassan Piker.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, look how good their connection here is. This is just a man that's very excited to stab his best friend in the back.
Thank you.
I'm ready to. Okay.
But all good things must come to an end.
No! I can't believe everything ended in fire and smoke after Hassan Piker said he supports the raping and murder of Jewish children. This literally surprised me and everyone else too.
Hassan were aligned
I
on
would
their
have never
shared
guessed.
hatred of Joe Rogan and their beliefs that the unvaccinated deserve death.
Yeah! Two retards fighting. For real. This is why Nux content will forever be superior.
Secretly, they were always
It's two empathetic people laughing at people dying of COVID. That's our boys.
enemies. As you see, it turns out that this whole time, Hassan Piker was actually one of our top guys.
Oh, look at that. It's not a coincidence.
Was it fucking bad?
To give you
Cut the clip there.
an expert political
I agree.
breakdown. On October 7th, 2023,
All right. I'm ready for the expert political breakdown. This is going to be crazy.
Palestine basically engaged in a rape fest. They raped a bunch
did.
of Jews.
They
And the
did do
Jews,
that.
they didn't enjoy the rapes. But the Arabs, they love rape.
Oh,
Ethan
stop,
Klein
bro.
is the raped Jew, and Hassan Piker is the Arab rapist.
What the fuck is happening? No. Karoo, this is still all part of my response to Hassan Piker's allegations against me, okay? All right, this all started because Hassan decided to call me out on his stream, all right? This is why it's coming to YouTube.
You know, sometimes, other times he's white.
And that is the only reason that I am gonna let this go up, because this guy's fucking nuts.
Or Turkish. In an old interview, Hassan claims that the reason he came to America was because he thought that white women would be easier to fuck. And based on his current...
He actually said that?
You know what? Maybe I am a good guy. You know, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm a better guy than I think I am, because this guy's a fucking dick.
Completely believe that. Oh my god. What a degenerate.
girlfriend, he seemingly never succeeded. So from this, we can determine that Hassan is actually Indian. Fallout started because they watched a video from a guy called 8 Thoughts, basically going, I love killing children. I want to tear the heads off of babies.
Yeah, that's Hassan Piker's philosophy.
And that's why I say, if it was settlers, that would be a lot more understandable. But
But also not really.
Let's not obfuscate. Okay, I understand what you're saying. But this dude just called babies militants.
I'm really glad that we're honing in on this because I think this is one of the most evil shits of all time.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But
This guy is literally supporting murdering babies, and for some reason, the internet decided to just kind of let that gloss by. Like, a lot of people calling him out for openly supporting terrorist organizations, which is valid. It's valid. Going to diddler parties and shit, yep. This guy is literally condoning the murder of babies. What an absolute freak. There is no justification for this guy. He is a demon.
There are baby settlers as well. There are
babies in the settlement. We should murder all the babies.
babies in the settlements.
So that's not cool, right, Hassan? And then they both had a little cry about it. And then they kicked us out of 150 countries.
Stop!
And they turned us into soap.
Oh my god, dude.
And they put us in the soup, and everyone was laughing at the soup.
Dude, this fucking...
We were just minding our own business.
Not the Jew soup.
Cutting the heads off of American journalists and doing 9/11.
Oh, stop! Stop! Oh.
And then the U.S. military came in and they started bombing us. To be honest, I don't really understand why Hassan...
Yeah, well, now we know why Hassan supports 9/11, because he's a complete retard.
And was complaining about Israel bombing hospitals when he thinks...
The craziest shit in the world is Hassan's double standards. It is good he does have double standards, because if he didn't have double standards, he would have no standards at all. So it is good he has double standards. Like, but this is the guy that's like, yeah, you should kill Israeli babies. And then he's like, they did a war crime, guys, when they bombed terrorists who put their actual weapons bases in hospitals.
That baby's crib is a valid military target.
Yeah, like, dude, you can never ever take this guy seriously ever again. He's like, yep, babies, valid military targets. Israel attacking known terrorists because they're operating inside of a hospital? War crime!
He draws the line at hospital, but not at baby's crib. They could be hiding a nuclear weapon in that crib for all we know. We don't know what these babies are thinking now, do we? Just because Browns are so big on, like, child soldiers, they're actually more afraid of babies than they are of the adults. To you, a white man, you may see Tiny Tim sleeping in his crib.
That's true.
To an Arab, that's terrible Tim, resting after a long day of slaughtering men. Only two.
What is happening? Why am I watching this? I mean, I support everything. Fuck Hassan.
Israel are crazy. They'll give a gun to a 2-year-old. Now, in Palestine, they might give a gun to a 1-year-old, but when they turn to, take it straight off them.
I mean, to be honest, Hamas does have child soldiers. That is a known fact that Hamas terrorists use child soldiers, which is also a war crime. But Hassan doesn't care when his terrorists do war crimes.
Okay. Too risky. They call it the terrible twos for a reason.
Oh, right.
If you really think about it, babies are the ultimate soldiers. They can go wherever they want. Doesn't have an age limit. They speak in an encrypted tongue.
That's
that
so
only they
real, so
understand.
true.
And when you put it like that, it makes sense to tear the heads off of babies, doesn't it? This would have been
that's the Hassan philosophy. Listen, if he thinks that Hamas using babies and children as soldiers, if he thinks that them using soldiers, baby soldiers, if he's cool with that, then well, it all makes sense now.
The end of it, but then Hassan Piker's community, which is of course made up predominantly of the ugly and unemployed, looked at this look, you've got to understand, these are highly empathetic people.
They have so much empathy.
Very emotionally in touch.
They are emotional,
even. So they think, why would a man with Israeli children be opposed to Israeli children being classified as valid military targets?
He's making a good point. I think that anyone that's a normal human being would be against this.
Clearly, this man is Hitler, and we need to kill him. All you really need to know about Hassan Piker in this story is that Hassan Piker, he loves Middle Eastern terrorists.
He does. That is true.
This is because Hassan Piker's entire worldview is America bad.
He's correct. Dude, spitting facts. I'm just saying. He's right. Where's the lie?
Who's anti-America, even if they are ideologically far worse and, could be described as rape enthusiasts.
Overall, the totality of information gathered from multiple and independent sources at different locations, there are reasonable grounds to believe that conflict-related sexual violence occurred at several locations across the Gaza periphery, including in the form of rape, gang rape, during the October 7th, 2023 attack. Credible, circumstantial information which may be indicative of some forms of sexual violence, including genital mutilation.
And this is the UN, by the way, all right? The UN's conclusion, after paragraphs and paragraphs of literally describing, and I'm not even exaggerating, I could pull this up if you want to see it. I don't know if anyone actually wants to see it, but at this point, it's nauseating. Paragraphs describing finding women with bullets in their head, naked from the waist down, with blood between their legs, and nails rammed into their genitals, okay? And Hassan will be like, that's just circumstantial. Actual straight out of a fucking villain manga. Like, it is the most evil shit in the universe. And they'll be like, circumstantial, I didn't see it happen. Pixar, it didn't happen, bro. Closes his eyes. He is a degenerate freak. rape defending, terrorist supporting, Diddy party going freak. And he sits in his glass house, grifting socialism and making believe I'm the bad guy.
Sexualized torture, cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment was also gathered.
Credible circumstantial evidence is not a substitute for forensic evidence.
That's why it didn't happen, bro.
Not
You need
enough
rape
to
kits.
prosecute.
Hassan needs
Credible
rape kits.
circumstantial evidence is not enough.
Pixar
to
didn't happen, right?
Prosecute.
Evidence.
I'm sending again the PBS article about how 2 debunked accounts of sexual violence on October 7th fueled a global dispute over Israel-Hamas war. This is from May 22nd, 2022. Okay.
From 2022! I'm going to show you evidence that I'm right with an article that was written a year and a half before the war started. Bam!
So even if one account was discredited, there's many.
No, it's not one account. It's
2022 was literally a year and a half before the war started.
2 accounts, but
There's way more than 2 accounts. You know what you're doing? You're like, this girl lied about being raped, therefore all these...
There was an article written 2 years before the rape happened that said that rape didn't happen, so all the rapes that definitely did happen, according to the UN, didn't happen. Go terrorists!
Women need to be questioned.
And Hassan will look at Ethan Klein bringing this up, and he'll watch videos of women explaining their rape tales, and he'll say, well, how do we know that that's true? What's the proof? Hamas are my friends. They wouldn't do that. Proof, Hassan, realistically, is that they are brown. That's kind of all you need. They
Oh
have
my
an average
fucking god, no, stop.
and a 44% inbreeding rate. If this was American soldiers, you would...
By the way, he supports the Houthi terrorists. Did you know that there are 4 million children that are currently married in Yemen? Truly Hassan's heroes.
Wouldn't be questioning it. I know you don't know this, Hassan, but DNA evidence is actually circumstantial in this scenario.
Oh
a little
my
fact
God,
for you there.
dude.
Another little fact, witness testimony is actually direct evidence. So the evidence you have in a legal context is more condemning than the evidence you're asking for. Hassan is basically doing like the equivalent of if you walked into a room and saw a dead man covered in stab wounds and a man with a knife covered in blood standing over him. Hassan is saying that man is innocent and he needs to be back on the
Yeah!
street. Ethan then had a
I mean, that's Hassan, super leftist, pro-feminist, believe all women, murder Israeli babies. That's our fucking guy.
series of epic racist moments. My favorite was when this gay Muslim OnlyFans
What? No.
came out and called Ethan Klein.
This isn't real, right?
A Zionist whilst simultaneously pledging his support to Hamas. And Ethan Klein basically responded by going, Hamas would kill you.
This I mean, he's not wrong. He's right. He's right. That's what they would do. They would have a very short party at the top of a building.
A fuck. You fucking people got
fucking hell.
Really angry about that, but you know, it's accurate. Hamas, you know, they're gonna be cool with the guy running the gay OnlyFans. This guy's thinking he's gonna get an invite to the Hamas gay orgy, this piss orgy, taking place at the top of Palestine Tower.
No, and it would be a very short party. It would be about a 4-second party.
And lasting for about 4 seconds. So get your butt splitted, get your cock wire on, get everything prepared before you show up because you're here for a good time, not a long time. Hassan,
listen, being thrown off Palestine Tower is not so bad. It's the landing.
And witnessing this, then formed a crack team of women, pedophiles, and fat.
Yeah! The actual retard Avengers.
To bring him down.
God.
I will never have any fucking pity for any base.
All right.
You're not forming memories at 3 years old. And it's very rare that you're forming memories old.
Right? We would have socialism at this point if
my
someone
God,
just went out of their way and
Getting your attention.
Oh, God, no! Dude, the actual retard
You
Avengers.
understand something? If you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we're gonna you and you fucking little nigga.
Bro! Okay, that was AI. Whoa! I mean, I don't know. It could have been AI. You never know.
That's kind of the basic rundown. Frogan's entire gimmick is that she's not interesting or funny or entertaining in any way.
She is fat and has a hijab, which is, you know, her thing.
She's also not attractive, so she can't gain an audience through squeezing her tits together.
Wow.
So her only recourse was to put on a burqa and pretend fucking Muslim. That's why it's so funny when Hassan defends her by saying,
Asmongold, XQC. I saw some of them go fucking viral too. It's like, yeah, bro, she's hijabi. I know. And don't even fucking for a moment act like that does not contribute to this.
She's not even a...
Bro, what does that have to do with anything? Dude, I'm not calling anyone else out because they have hijabs. I'm only calling out the one person that has hijabs that also supports 9/11, supports October 7th, supports every terrorist attack you could think of.
Fucking Muslim, self-admittedly. She's half white, raised in America. Her dad was most likely Christian. She's the most obvious grifter on the planet. So the whole people only go after her because she's a hijabi thing doesn't even make any sense. She's not a fucking Muslim. She doesn't have to wear it. It's akin to saying, you're only going after him because he wears that straw hat. You only bully him because of that black tank top, you racist.
True.
So that's the first half of Frogan's content strategy. Pretend to be a Muslim to trick Arabs into watching you. The second half
Interesting
is to
strategy.
make very public, abrasive statements that will inevitably incite vitriol against you. The one most relating to Ethan Klein was her publicly celebrating October 7th, which Ethan unfollowed her over, leading to their entire fallout. Frogan was watching October 7th like it was a fucking sports game. She was like,
I have never seen a clip of her when she wasn't eating. Anyway, moving on.
woo, yeah! She was watching like two Hamas members raping like a Jew, and she was like, get in there, son! Fucking get in there, man! Rogan's like, for my next stream goal, if we hit 20 subscribers, we will be recreating October 7th on the stream. I will be playing the role of innocent Jewish woman.
Oh my god,
7 black men will be playing the role of Hamas.
Oh my god,
other miscellaneous don't include.
That's crazy. Alright, said veterans deserve PTSD. Shit on Ludwig for a 10k Palestine donation is large, true. 9/11 cake, Judah Arab tier list, telling people to kill themselves, unappealing, true. Cries while being uckers, cried when being made fun of for winning up and coming streamer for the second time, is bloated, true. She's also fat.
And put on an Arab to Jew tier list, in which the top tier was Arab, and the bottom tier was Loves Sabra, which is both a hummus brand, but also a slang term for Jew. Ethan called this out as a dog whistle, and then all of the leftists just went, no, it's not. The YouTube drama...
That's right, all the people that freak the fuck out if you say anything even remotely negative about any race at all, alright? That they get twist into some sort of racist. They'll call you racists across the timeline. But they hit you up with some Jew slurs, and fuck yeah, baby, that's what they wanted.
Subreddit was calling Ethan insane for this take. Obviously, this wasn't a racist dog whistle, unlike 2 months earlier where Wendigoon had shared his support for Hitler by wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, true, right. He got canceled for wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I am not even joking. And everyone jumped on that, all right? But they literally used a slur for Jews. And they're like, nah, you're crazy.
Much more clear and cut example of dog whistling. Now, as a professional racist myself,
that's why we need to watch this guy. But now, I'll be real here. I think it's important. I think it's important to watch people like this, the professional racists, to actually give us their insight on, like, you know, stuff like dude, even racists. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like this new genre of YouTube video that I thought was actually fucking crazy. Hold on, let me see if I can find this clip. Whatever, we'll never find it. Whatever, we'll never find it. Basically, there was this video on YouTube where it's like, rapist reacts to rape. And I was like, whoa, dude, that is fucked up, dog. That's crazy. But anyway,
I can't imagine why it got taken down.
This is 100% a dog whistle. Like, the entire concept doesn't even make any sense unless you assume it's a dog whistle. Why would the reverse of Arab be Love Sabra? It doesn't make any sense. Like, it obviously means Jew. They make it out as if, like, they're just making fun of the brand. But there are other brands.
No, dude, it's obviously... All right.
Yeah, you don't know that. It could be anything, man. Like, it's just some having fun. Like, what's wrong with that? Oh.
The reason why this is like a retarded argument, like I don't even know why we're arguing about this, is because if you go to Wikipedia and you type in Sabra, in modern Hebrew, Sabra refers to any Jew born in Israel, all right? Like, this is not controversial. You do not need to, like, look into this shit, all right? It's the most obvious thing in the universe, all right? Stop being lame and gay and retarded.
Support Israel, like McDonald's, like OnlyFans. He wouldn't put Loves OnlyFans on the bottom, doesn't make any fucking sense. Love Sabra, though, obviously means Jew. If I made the cracker tier list, and the top of it was white, and the bottom of it was Loves Jordans.
Yeah, maybe it just means the shoes.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty fucking obvious what that means, right? But white people could love Jordans? Frogan is also a...
Do I need to get down my Jordan pops right now?
nutritionist, despite having a BMI of 700.
Ooh,
I liken this to like a
impressive.
survival expert who comes before you with his hands full of mushrooms, and he spends the next 20 minutes picking all the poisonous mushrooms out the pile.
Based.
And then
he eats all of them.
He's done. He just eats all of the poisonous ones.
That's
and
it.
dies.
Yeah.
He's the only person officially alive to have won the prestigious up-and-coming
streamer award
2
twice.
years in a
That's
row.
my go. That's my
I
go.
don't even know this guy. I don't even know who he is, to be honest. I don't even think Hassan likes him.
No one likes him. He's just some fat fuck that women stay away from.
This is the only clip I have of him. This video was actually recorded 2 weeks ago. That's right. It's been a rough fortnight for Mikey. Bad Empanada is an interesting creature as he has the physiognomy worthy of the greatest rapist, but simultaneously the physical build only befitting of a child molester.
What the fuck am I watching,
Nothing
Nux?
short of a deranged lunatic who will dox and send death threats to anyone he has political disagreements with, which of course of course is Ethan Klein. In fact, Bad
Like, motherfuck, Nux. What the hell, man? You're gonna get us both in trouble on YouTube.
Empanada has such a bad reputation that a lawyer determined that his conduct and reputation are so bad that it's impossible to actually defame him. Despite this, Hassan and his goons for some reason choose to pledge their loyalty to this guy, even though he could just as easily turn on them in the same way. You just go further show the total lack of
Oh my
principle
god,
in
he's
that
cooking.
Piker
He's
camp.
cooking so hard.
Denims, of course,
Right.
we all know.
Yeah, we
is
know
the
her.
world-famous, biggest female political streamer on Twitch. We've all heard of her. Denims is basically a Hassan Piker waiting room. She was formerly one of
Oh god.
slaves, but then she swaps to Hassan when she thinks she can get more clout. Denims is very well known for her streams in which she plays somebody else's video on YouTube autoplay for the first 2 hours with absolutely zero comment.
This is true, by the way. A lot of people don't actually know this, but she is the, you've heard of people violating copyright before? You have never heard of violating copyright like Denims. Denims is a copyright violating queen, all right? She only has 100,000 followers. That's crazy. Hassan told you to check your hard drive. Meanwhile, he deleted all of his VODs. Holy shit, you're so right. If you watch like her stream, you open her stream, all right?
I'm waiting for us to go through.
Look at it. It's just playing this other guy's video. She's not on stream yet. She's not on stream for an hour. She plays someone else's video for an hour before and just leaves it here dead. All right? The whole video finishes playing and the screen's just here. And then she shows up eventually. Yeah. And she just kind of goes live, waiting until Hassan goes live, and then she ends her stream immediately. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Commentary while she prepares her actual stream, which then only lasts about 3 hours. You may think this is easy work, but it's actually not. This is the most difficult job Denims has ever had in.
As someone who has worked 12-hour shifts with a 4-hour commute while going to uni full-time, streaming is easily the hardest job I've had. The post-stream social exhaustion is so real. So full of shit. These people are such losers. They're all terror-supporting freak losers in this weird little glaze orgy where they all just suck each other off. They're so pathetic.
In her life, she used to work 25 hours a.
You know what's a hard job? You guys want to know what a hard job is? You're driving back and forth to Minnesota every day from Illinois in the winter with blizzards coming down and blizzards, ice all over the roads, and you're in an 18-wheeler and you're not allowed to have chains because Wisconsin sucks. Yeah, that's some rough times. 60 hours a week, white knuckles. That's some real work. Fucking. Oh, I had to talk about my cat on stream. Oh God, no!
Day in the fuck mines, and that was easy compared to this monumental task. Denims is not especially intelligent, and she doesn't mean well, but when she saw the content nuke, she fired up her video editing software and made a hard-hitting response.
Hassan and his community is desperate to link me to Destiny, someone who I don't even know. They claim that he ghost wrote my video, that he's my favorite creator.
Right.
I wonder why people might think that. But really, just ask Destiny.
I know it wouldn't look good for Ethan to publicly do anything with you, but if you reach out on private at all, well, privately we chat a ton, of course. Why do you think I've been?
You know, this is just Destiny bullshitting, right?
Off stream so much the past week. I'm like scripting these fucking videos.
She's like actually retarded. This is crazy. She's actually retarded.
Say that again?
Yeah, she's dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
she's stupid. What can I say? Why would
she's so dude, how are all the largest leftist political streamers on Twitch either supporting terrorists or just fucking dumb? They're just stupid and dumb.
wouldn't you get your political opinions from a person who can't even understand
Because what they've been supporting for the last 4 years has been straight fucking stupidity. So it fucking rubbed off on all of them, and they're all fucking half retarded now.
basic social procedure? This is something I've noticed.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's gonna show the clip, but she basically has a clip where she says, no one ever claimed that they were raped on October 7th. Here's proof. And then she shows like a clip of an interview where it doesn't say it. And then she cut out the part where she did say it.
About a lot of Hassan fans actually is that they are mentally retarded.
That's true. That's a true statistic.
And that's why I think that making serious Hassan videos is pointless, because his fans are just literal NPCs. They legitimately cannot think for themselves. Do you genuinely think that you could convince someone like Denims of anything? She doesn't even believe her own fucking eyes.
That's true.
Like she'll say the sky is red. She'll look upwards at the sky, see it's blue,
and be like,
stare at it
holy
for a
shit,
few
you're so
seconds,
right. You're so right.
See, guys, look, the sky's red, see? There's no point in trying to have a genuine discussion with this subhuman. This creature is fucking barely cognizant. It's
He's not
personally
wrong.
demeaning to me
He's not
to
wrong.
even try. It's like trying to play chess with a chicken. What does that say about you personally? That you even think
True.
that such a thing is possible?
You're
The
so
bird's
right.
opening in this
He's
scenario
literally right.
is a very different thing. Denims has also specifically said that she will never criticize people on the left wing.
There's no way she said that.
I don't like to spend my time going after other people that are on the left. I think my time is better spent making fun of people on the right.
And then she dedicated her entire career to just shitting on Ethan Klein, a gigantic leftist. You've got to be kidding me.
In this specific instance, it was
Oh my
Keffels.
god. Yeah, defend Keffels. Keffels is transgender. Gigantic scammer? Maybe. But transgender must be defended.
Legally selling DIY HRT to minors. Funnily enough, she broke this rule for Ethan Klein, so you know, she won't go after like a pedophile, but being Jewish, well, now you fucked up.
It's true. I didn't consider that.
If you had just settled for being
pedophiles, whatever. Fuck, like we don't need to criticize them if they're on the left.
being a pedophile,
But Jews.
instead of being a Jew, okay, well maybe now we're talking. But you decided to be Jewish on Denim's watch.
That's true.
Now you fucked up. Sam Piker's legions, in a desperate attempt to save Gaza and end the genocide of the Palestinian people,
Bro, they saved Gaza. They really did.
decided to call in a false CPS report on Ethan Klein in order to get his children taken away by the government.
They're calling CPS, Child Protective Services, to come to our house and break up our family.
This was done using information given out by Bad Empanada in a video where he pretty much just like makes up a bunch of bullshit about Ethan Klein's kids eating shit and dying of AIDS. I can see you're confused, so I've created a
That is
diagram
pretty
to help
confusing.
explain this concept. Call
Alright.
a false CPS report, right? That's step one.
Alright, that's
Children
step one.
go to an orphanage. Gaza is saved. It's very simple. You could actually draw a direct line from Ethan Klein's children molested in an orphanage to Gaza is saved. The thing I like about
That's true. There is true. There is a lot of correlation between the government taking Ethan's children and Gaza being saved. So now I'm starting to understand the perspective of the retard terrorist supporters.
this is that all of these people collectively say that abortion has to be legal because every child in the adoption system gets raped and abused.
Fuck. He went hard.
And then when they falsely call CPS, they all go, "What's the big deal? It's just a strange man coming to take your children away. Who cares?"
Yeah, where's the lie? He's literally right. He's literally correct.
If he's done nothing wrong, he has nothing to fear. That's what I tell blacks when the cops pull them up.
No!
Children basically don't have like any emotions or like consciousness at all.
You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
She lied as calmly as she breathed.
When we're talking about being able to
She's like, listen, if you're gonna fuck a kid, make sure the kid is 3 because they won't remember. They don't even get trauma. It's amazing. That's our girl. That's Denims. Nothing going on behind her eyes.
to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff.
That's not true. I like to think that going on behind her eyeballs right in this very second right now. You remember the movie Inside Out with the little brain cells inside the head? I like to think she's got 2 of those, and they're both the little red angry one, and they're both fighting over what to say in there. And one of them's gonna say something fucking retarded, but you just don't know which one's gonna win.
off. But
You're just making shit up, by the way.
even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15.
What?
See, that's the fucking retarded thing that just won.
You've heard of her. If you're going to abuse a child, all right, make sure
she's under 4.
Don't tell anyone. This
Under
type
4.
of listening is exactly why you're the #1 female political streamer on Twitch, and everybody's heard of you. Denims actually has a whole.
My favorite part about this is she literally looks it up right after she says this. She Googles it, and then it literally says people do remember things from when they're 3, and she's like, so I was right, at 4.
Child abuse like life hacks series, which is directly taken from her own childhood. If you're gonna have sex with a child, remember, rub her up, all right? Because you don't know where they've been.
Stop!
Dennis actually decided to do a simulacrum of what her apology could look like.
Oh.
Having people call in and having genuine heart-to-hearts with everyone who he's ever beefed with. It would have been beautiful. It would have been, could have a heart-to-heart with me. Hey, I just feel like it's fucked up. You know, like, I'm obviously embarrassed by that clip of me talking about poop. I obviously don't want people to watch it. And you're
you do.
I make content inciting people to call CPS, but I obviously didn't want them to. So, also you're Jewish?
You're streaming it for everybody to see.
Okay, so Denims is obvious.
I criticized you, and then I incited my audience to fucking kill you, but then you called me out for it? I didn't want people to watch that. Largest leftist political female streamer.
She's some kind of psychopath, schizophrenic freak.
Oh,
she thinks
God.
that the problem with Ethan Klein has of her lying about his children is because it's embarrassing, and not because she's inciting harassment against children.
It is so embarrassing that she incited her harassment against his children.
Ethan Klein cares about his children because she's incapable of feeling.
He should have publicly apologized to everyone after they collaborated to trash him, and he didn't, so he fucked up. Like, they're incapable. Like, they have selective hearing. They're brain damaged.
Why the fuck would he apologize to you?
Ethan should apologize to her? What did he do? What?
You dumb bitch.
Oh my God.
After his kids, nobody in their right mind would ever apologize.
That's
after
awful.
This. The fact that he only called you a bitch is indicative of how mellow.
She is a bitch, by the way. She is a bitch. She is completely a bitch. Gigantic bitch. She earned that title all by herself. It's probably the only thing she earned in her career.
It really is. If I was in that...
The only object that I will ever call a bitch is a female dog. Just throwing that out there.
Situation, I would have doxed you immediately. I would be hiring kidnappers to come and get.
Well, and Hassan Piker. I mean, female dog, right?
Get you.
Oh,
we
God.
would be putting Denims into the. This sort of comes up in the ads video as well, but it does explain these people's
This
actions.
guy is
Basically,
crazy. I wonder why YouTube banned him. I don't know why YouTube
can't.
banned this guy. It's
I
crazy.
got no idea.
It's crazy. It's crazy that the YouTube banned him.
their standard for what harassment is lower than everybody else's. So, like, I wouldn't care about someone calling me mean names, but they would define that as a harassment campaign. But then on top of that, they also don't have like a scale of severity. So for them, there is literally no difference in severity between being called a poo-poo head and being killed. So when Ethan Klein calls Denims or Hassan or iDubbbz a poo-poo head, they go, okay, I will now hire an assassin to...
Yeah, the level of reciprocity here is insane. Yeah, dude, that fucking rape machine joke was awful. Holy shit. Oh my God, that was crazy. Yeah, no, but absolutely. This is wild. This is wild. Ethan will call them out for something, and they'll be like, I, as an empath, I am an empath, and now I will try to end your career and take your children.
to kill you. That's a reasonable and equivalent response. But you see, guys, you can't blame Hassan Piker's audience for this. It was a coincidence. It was a total coincidence. It was probably the doctor who did it. Doctor did it? You Down syndrome? No, you don't understand. The CPS man said the call was from someone who knew Ethan. And the CPS vetted.
Sure.
They looked into the CPS archive that has all the
Right,
information
of course,
everyone
obviously.
in America. And all, like,
because someone can't call CPS and say that I know Ethan.
The entries on all of their like family members and friends. So they know. They just know. They know everything about you. They get an anonymous call where a guy says, "Hi, I'm Poop Fiddlestern.
Oh.
My close friend Ethan Klein is slaughtering children." Can we
damn.
trace that? Can we trace that call? Pull up the CIA demonic systems. Can we get access to the fetus-powered systems, please? Can somebody make a deal with Moloch for infinite information
God.
so we can...
They're going deep.
Poop
They're going
Fiddlestern is
deep.
a real person. Thank you very much. Because Ethan Klein has been maliciously slandering Denims by calling her an ugly bitch, Denims has decided to put up a GoFundMe for a lawsuit.
Yeah, which she immediately returned immediately.
Klein. So, you know, she's just gonna...
Which she ended up not going through with because that shit's not happening. She can't sue him, especially after she deleted all of the evidence.
She's gonna steal the money.
You know, I can see where this is going. This is just another Keffel situation. You bet your ass when she steals all this money, you're not gonna hear a peep from fucking iDubbbz or Anissa or Hassan or any of the people promoting the lawsuit. Because Ethan's children were being attacked and lied about by these people, Ethan asks his friend of 8 years to condemn the attacks on his children, to which iDubbbz replied, "What, am I gay? What, condemning harassment against children? What, am I faggot?" Let me give you a quick rundown of people who did actually condemn this. Quartering, Keemstar, Nicholas Diorio, Frankenstein,
true.
Hitler, Kanye West,
true.
Werewolf. In fact, most people seem to think
everyone thought this was retarded, except, don't worry, because there are some people even worse than Werewolf, Keemstar, and Hitler. An unexpected gathering of titans.
Like this was over the line and said something about it. All except for longtime friend iDubbbz, who later brought back Content Cop to even further fuck over his friend.
Yeah, but he's a Jew. So, I mean, things are obviously not as bad.
iDubbbz announcing that he is now Hassan Piker's personal raping boy. Now,
dude, this guy goes fucking crazy. Holy shit. I do not condone anything said, but also I am putting this in the response video to Hassan for sure.
Now listen here. I know things about iDubbbz. Secret things. I know the Hassan podcast fell through. Right? I know you went over to Australia and spent a whole day showing Max Mofo and Anything for Views Hassan clips on your phone to try and convince them to become leftists. And that's why that video was so fucking awkward. That's real, by the way. Oh my god. That's real. I'll talk about it in the content. I don't want to give too much stuff away.
Wait, what?
Basically, the man is in a rough position. He has no money. He has no relevance.
Oh shit.
He's fucked. All right? And Hassan Piker may or may not be stringing him along with a vague promise of starting a podcast with him. Okay? It's sort of like Leftovers 2, if you will.
Oh my god. If this ends up happening, that would be crazy.
Almost isn't worth talking about, to be honest. But when this video was first announced, everyone was firing off theories about what it was going to be about. I, however, maintained that it wouldn't be about anyone, and this was instead going to be a marketing campaign for Creator Clash 3 where he roasts the fighters. The reason why I didn't think it would be on Ethan Klein is because iDubbbz is very lazy. His video on the transgender boxer was 6 months late. In fact, it was so late that by the time his defense video came out, the boxing commission had actually proven that she was a man. So I had
There's no way that's a true story. Did he make a 6-month late political grift video based on 6-month-old outdated information? Holy shit.
Absolutely zero faith that iDubbbz could research, record, and edit a video on a situation that only happened a month earlier. And I was kind of right, because this video sucks dick. The editing is non-existent, the research is terrible. When you look in the description, you see this hellish blunt rotation of all of the
True.
What I think happened here is that these people were told by iDubbbz that he was making a content cop, and in response, they all sent him clips of Ethan that they thought were bad. Hence why some of these clips he uses are so retarded. This video begins with Hassan sitting at his desk, looking sad and embarrassed, whilst iDubbbz Frogan denims and a black man Fortnite dance behind him. He then takes off the police uniform and proceeds.
He won't even say his name. He doesn't even call the guy his name. That's crazy.
To complain about nothing for an hour and a half. He leaves out the entirety of the context about the CPS call, despite getting all of his clips from a podcast called Snark called CPS on Us. iDubbbz, however, shines a little bit more light on this in his follow-up video, Content Deputy, where he says that the CPS call was actually the entire reason he made the video in the first place, because Ethan Klein was blaming him for the CPS call, which he obviously wasn't.
Nope,
and that's
he wasn't.
The reason why he didn't include it in the video. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, that doesn't make anything sense.
That is correct, and it's probably because he made it up last minute to try to survive. He literally invented it at the end to save face. It didn't work. He ended his career, all for Hassan Piker Schmeat.
I don't know what to tell you, fellas, okay, because that's what he fucking says. He says that the CPS call was the entire reason he made the video.
It led to me making this video in the first place. You were triggered by this CPS harassment thing.
You were triggered by people coming to potentially take your children from you. It triggered you, so I, with my empathy, decided to make it worse for you.
And then you immediately equated Anissa and I to it. That was sloppy, and that was horrendous, and it was...
That was swappy. I'm a little whiny bitch now. Oh.
Horrendous for us.
And then in the next section he says, I didn't include it because I didn't have an opportunity to defend myself.
The main criticism that I was seeing online with my video from Ethan and Hila is that I didn't mention the CPS call. I wonder why I wouldn't mention the CPS call. Could it be that the CPS call happened the same day that you were shit-talking me?
So why wouldn't you mention it? He's just giving reasons why he should have mentioned it in the original video.
And I didn't have any chance to defend myself.
Could you not have just defended yourself in the fucking video? I don't know. You were just trying to be sneaky,
That's
weren't
crazy.
You fuck.
Yeah, he tried not to include the context. Obviously, he tried not to include the context. Because he wanted it to be a bad faith, awful hit piece. He's learning from his friend, Hassan Piker, who does the most unbelievable, shoddy, fake political commentary of all time. And you can see more of that on Hassan Piker's 530% Fucked.
He then goes on to defend it anyway, which is something that even Hassan Piker and Denims were not fucking dumb enough to do.
Can't believe I'm skipping 5:30 and going to 5:40, but it just kind of popped up and it was here, and I really wanted to watch it.
You see, it was actually Ethan Klein's community.
Yeah, dude, fuck.
That made the CPS.
Yeah, Idubbbz is like, listen, I think that the CPS call didn't come from all the people telling their audiences to do it. It probably came from your own fans because you overshared.
Watch this.
Anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough to call CPS.
Right.
Including Ethan's own chat, which, by the way, is not a measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of this stream. So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan go into great detail over 7 or 8 minutes about diarrhea, viscosity of diarrhea, his child having him and his whole family having
Oh my
diarrhea.
God.
They're calling it the poop house.
Oh shit. Oh god. It's going black. It's going dark.
If he can. I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
That just immediately goes to his wife making fun of him. Fuck.
Because since I've known you, you've always had, like, IBS.
No.
You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well.
Did you see that? They commented, the poop house. That's clearly the words of someone who was genuinely horrified and concerned for the safety of Ethan's children.
Yeah.
Only such a person would comment, the poop house.
I'm sorry. If my wife ever fucking said shit like that to me, she would not be my wife. Like, what the fuck?
Now, what Ethan does, instead of taking any responsibility for sharing too much on his live...
I can't believe Ethan didn't apologize for sharing too much, says the man with empathy.
...live stream, is that he decides to attack specific creators like Denims and say she was the source of this call because her chat was reacting to Ethan and saying, wow, this is concerning.
I like how he just ignores Denim's chat saying...
Denim's chat, she should pay them a visit. Ethan Klein's chat, poo-poo house. I cannot believe Ethan Klein isn't apologizing to his own children. I can't believe he's not apologizing to his own children.
Nah, it's more likely that it's poop house man. Poop house man called CPS.
Yep,
not CPS
definitely
man.
not the call CPS guy.
That takes context from like 3 different places and combines them to make it seem like someone is coordinating an attack on you. Ethan Klein,
Bro, they were coordinating an attack. They all collabed for a content cop. What are you talking about?
This is this very deceptively edited video that is just like doing this smooth scroll to make it seem like that's all of Denim's chat. But that's not what it is. And then when he's called out on it, he hides it. He moves his window over the real chat.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses,
Reading the chat, co-signing
it's very,
it.
very, very dangerous.
Well, there you go. That's conclusive. I mean, what more do you need? That's pretty much the only conclusion you could draw there.
That's
it's 100% malicious. Ethan Klein is a liar, and we're gonna kill him.
Reading the chat, co-signing
it's very,
it.
very, very
Damn,
dangerous
bro.
when infants
Pretending to have some medical knowledge.
get the same.
Yeah, she has no idea what she's talking about.
And then there's the one thing I forgot we do need to mention is that the top right is the full chat, right?
Yeah.
And then-
So just to make a correction.
Okay.
This is the live chat.
Okay.
This is a highlight of all the CPS calls, which, by the way, is...
Oh my god. They took a clip from the podcast episode and they left out the context explaining what the chat was. You have got to be kidding me.
Extraordinarily.
But it sounds like
every time you think that they're bad faith, and then it turns out that they're at a whole level of bad faith worse than you even expected. But then again, they support terrorist, rapist, murderers, so why are we surprised?
Based on this clip, you knew that it was bullshit, and you just went with it anyway.
I don't know if Idubbbz is stupid and just like doesn't know what he's talking about, or if he's like malicious as fuck. Over various hype.
I feel like you could have a mix.
In my opinion, allegedly, nobody come after me. It definitely feels kind of malicious. Just based on how fast Ethan is able to debunk that just by, listening to the clip.
There's definitely a mix between retarded and malicious.
Points. He also claims that they cannot defend Ethan Klein or his children because his wife,
Wait, what?
Is 50% Arab and 50% Irish.
He can't defend Ethan's children? What?
and therefore has a genetic inbuilt knowledge, not only of oppression, but due to her Arab DNA, she can by pure instinct, genetic instinct, identify and call out Jewish propaganda. At the end of this video, Idub speaks to a YouTuber in Seattle who grades YouTube apologies to try and get Ethan Klein's grade to A to a B-. In pursuit of this goal, Idubs actually turns on the waterworks and cries whilst talking about his wife.
It's because of all his empathy.
What I like about
it takes a lot of empathy to stab your friend in the back.
This is that psychology in Seattle looks at him with such a visceral level of disgust. It's a similar reaction to like a man looking at a pile of maggots. So Idubs gives him all these tactics, and then psychology in Seattle just refuses to change the grade. So Idubs then has to hastily create a new ending where he gets all of Ethan Klein's enemies together to say nice things about him. And it's basically stuff like, you have very nice skin, your children are in good health, for now. No, it's just like, I really love it when you don't sue me.
Yeah, true. This guy went on there and he was like, I really like how you fought for freedom of speech before, and now you're suing me, question mark?
And you're like, don't force me to live and die on the streets. I love that about you. Idubs actually brings that up to point in the video.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad. You feel hurt.
Bro is projecting like crazy, except he's not even rich. He's doing the broke asshole thing, where he has a surplus of people that do not respect him and think he's a pathetic wimp and definitely missing out on people that have actual respect for him. Didn't his wife just go on stream talking about how she wants to peg him? Didn't his wife talk about how she likes that he shits himself? Didn't his wife go on stream talking about how he has dick breath?
But you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people.
What are you talking about?
These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter, you're like, I'm hurt. These people—
Are you not allowed to sue people? Ever? Is there a reason? There is a reason why laws exist. What are we even talking about? He has people out there doxing, harassing him, right, trying to swat him, calling CPS on his family, slandering him. Is he not allowed to fight back? According to, Ian over here, his empathy meter.
People are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless.
Damn, Idubs, that would have been a really good point if you hadn't yourself sent a legal threat to Froggy Fresh. That would—
True.
That would have been a really good point if you yourself hadn't done the exact same thing.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly. Because I am following someone on Twitter.
That would be a really good point if you hadn't kicked a man off of a charity event.
For following a man on Twitter.
2 weeks in advance for retweeting Sam Hyde. I think that considering those two situations, the situation with you and Froggy Fresh and the situation with Ethan Klein and Denims are quite comparable. You'd think that you'd have a little bit more understanding and empathy.
Yeah, for context, he did a boxing charity match before where Froggy Fresh was one of the fighters, and Froggy Fresh was retweeted something with Sam Hyde, his arch nemesis, and he completely lost his shit, fired him from the event a week before it happened, and threatened to sue him.
Which is supposedly your main trait, okay? For Ethan Klein wanted to cut ties with you for being friends with someone who was actively harassing his kids, and you also wanted to cut ties with Froggy Fresh for being friends with someone who was harassing your wife. But no, apparently not. You instead looked at this situation and thought, actually, no, I'm not gonna have any form of introspection whatsoever.
Say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for saying
But that would be commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is claimed, they're actually good people, that's gonna get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have giardia or whatever the prompt is.
What? Dude, every time I see him speak, it fucks me over all over again.
No one would care. The only person—
Keep coping, brother.
Who would care is me, because I'm like, why did I tweet this out?
Let me get this straight. You'll eat a shit cake. The tweet in defense of your friend is too humiliating?
Bro, it's humiliating to defend your friend because you're forgetting something. He's also a Jew. Right, you're forgetting he's a Jew.
Your wife has an OnlyFans. Okay.
Right, he supports his wife's OnlyFans, but tweeting on defense of a Jew? Bro, he's Jewish. We've already concluded this.
There's literally a video of your wife oiled up, naked, in a children's play pool.
This is not real. Oh my god.
Working, but the tweet supporting your friend was too humiliating for you? The internet knows you have IBS, and your wife literally informs people on her Discord of when you shit yourself. But the tweet is where you draw the line.
Yeah, that's the line for this
Get
guy.
through your head. You have no positive reputation whatsoever. Your name and the word cuckold are synonymous with one another. That is the reputation you built for yourself, all right?
I mean, there's this one guy on Twitter who had a pretty great take. So I'm gonna pull this up on Twitter. I feel like this is important, just so people know, just so people actually know what's going on, because he had a pretty good take, and I thought that the world should see his question. His question was important. I think he'll come back if he does, or he won't. But my real question is, do you think Anissa lets Ian watch when she has sex with Hassan?
Oh, good lord.
Look, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just asking the questions. I'm just asking what everyone wants to know.
Nobody would have lost respect for you over this tweet. You have no respect to lose. Money to lose. As after this was released, both Epic Mealtime and Lena from the H3 podcast pulled out of Creator Clash. Now, of course, his statement of this means something was immediately flung back into his fucking face as soon as he didn't instantaneously respond to it. Idub seems to have traded in all of his video and money-making skills for the ability to make memorable quotes, which age poorly almost 5 minutes after he makes them. Lena pulling out was obvious, but Harley pulling out, in my opinion, was seemingly to do with this picture from the video where Idubs and Hassan and the rest of his orbits pose whilst Idubs hold a sword with a swastika hilt.
Yeah, that did happen also. True. To be clear, this Harley guy that left, he was the #1 fight of the event. The #1 fighter of the event dropped out because of this shit.
All of Hassan's fans go, it's from an anime. It's actually the Buddhist peace symbol. I like how Hassan's fans are literally just fucking gay MAGA. Like they're just actually a gay version of MAGA with the whole "my heart goes out to you" thing. Who fucking cares? We all hate Jews anyway.
Yo! I mean, he's not wrong.
Fucking lean into it at this point. Stop being gay. The Nazis are back. Trump is back. Nobody cares about being racist anymore. Okay, just own it. These people have no principles. They'll defend this and they'll defend the CPS call, but Ethan Klein makes a joke about Idubs on Instagram. Anyone who supports this is a dangerous and vile post-condemning.
That's why these people are all fucking bitches with absolutely zero morals and zero standards, and why you should subscribe to someone based like me. Irreparably retarded, but a very good man.
The CPS.
Completely agree. Definitely go subscribe to Nuxanor and subscribe to me.
Call. I'm looking for it on your account, but all I can see is lots of posts about brats.
What the fuck?
Boy for
this isn't real, right?
Children. Harley was the main.
Nah, dude, that's not real.
Human being. What's the post condemning the CPS call? I'm looking.
Dude, there's no way.
Account, but all I can see is lots of posts about brats. The toy for children. Harley was the main event, and him pulling out means that, according to Florida law, Creator Clash has to publicly offer refunds to everyone who paid for the event. He's really puppet mastered his way into a scenario where he hasn't sold any seats, has lost 2 fighters, is broke, and everybody hates him.
Right,
I'm presumably recognizing how.
Yeah, he did a really good job there, fucking up his own charity event. Yeah, true. But he really saved Palestine, so.
Badly, he's fucked up the entire event. Then later announces that he's leaving Creator Clash directly after virtue signaling to Ethan Klein about how he always takes responsibility for his mistakes.
Don't worry, Ela. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders. Anissa and I have decided to step away from Creator Clash.
He then blames Ethan Klein for all of his mistakes.
But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it.
Bro, what a loser! What an actual loser! Oh my god!
Like, I can't speak on behalf of anybody else. Everyone thinks it's your fault that cancer kids are dying of cancer. All I did was support terrorists and bomb my own event. But everyone's gonna blame you.
It makes you wonder why he didn't just put the video out after the event. I mean, there was literally no reason.
Because in my opinion, he was doing this to try to drive some sort of sales to the event. Because in my opinion, he is so far down the far left cuckold pipeline. I think he thought he was doing a good thing here when he stabbed his friend in the back and sided with the terrorists.
He couldn't have just done that. It would make him look like more of a snake, but I don't think this guy gives a fuck about that. I reckon Idubs might actually be like one of the stupidest people on the planet. To the point where I don't even know if he's
I don't even know if he's trying to purposefully fuck over his own life in the longest and most painful attempt of all time. So iDubbbz has officially stated that he's not Ethan's lapdog.
True.
Okay? He's Hassan's dog.
True.
Literally his water boy.
He's correct.
Officials don't necessarily love telling the truth. The second quote is not actually from Nasrallah.
iDubbbz did a stream.
Bro, dude, stop.
Stream with Hassan, like sitting in the cuck chair.
He literally, dude, Hassan has chairs next to him. He collabs with people all the time. But he made him sit in the cuck chair to get him water while he glazes terrorists. This is incredible. Oh my god, the actual retard Avengers.
Yeah, sitting about 7 feet away from him. You can actually see him gradually getting further and further away over the course of the stream.
Have you watched the content, Puke?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I watched the whole thing.
You watched the whole thing?
You know, technically you only have to watch, I think, the final couple minutes or something, because he does summarize the whole thing. So you...
No! No way dude made a content cop video based on the little conclusion summary at the end of the content nuke. That's crazy.
I actually feel bad for Hassan. This guy's been streaming for 10 hours straight, raising money for this guy's failed charity. And iDubbbz can't even be fucking bothered to like inject any energy onto this stream. He's less energized than the guy who's been streaming for 10 hours straight.
True.
iDubbbz spends this whole stream literally just sitting in silence, to the point where like the chat is fucking with him. The chat is like mocking him for not saying anything.
No.
You know, I was not happy with what Ethan was saying, and it was very upsetting, so...
It was very upsetting.
Like, I gotta...
The Dragon Warrior!
I gotta bring back Content Cop,
Yeah.
you know? And, you know, it feels good to put it out. I'm not interested in much of a back and forth.
Why would you get involved in this, bro?
Why the fuck did you do any of this then?
Oh my
what are you
God.
doing? You're in it now, man. You fucking put yourself in it. You made 2 videos lying about the man, okay? You justified a false report on camera, okay? Well, I can't with this guy, man. There's something fucking deeply wrong with him. Like, he just doesn't understand the internet at all.
We've seen what no pussy does to motherfucker, but now we see what pussy does to motherfucker.
Or there's like some, you know, he thinks it's 2018 still and thinks he's the content cop and nobody responds to it.
He thinks he's untouchable. He still somehow thinks he's untouchable after all this.
Has passed. You're not him anymore. You're the fucking raped now. There's a part where he's coping about his podcast getting no viewers, and Hassan turns and literally winks into the camera.
There's no way.
You should actually fucking, like, genuinely.
Oh my god! Even Hassan, he used him and abused him like a fleshlight and threw him away. Oh my god, these people are such degenerates. They all just stab each other in the back. Where big boy Hassan sits at the top and supports terrorists. Why is anyone surprised?
All in. You have nothing left, okay? You should have been like, Ethan Klein's a drug addict. He beats his children. Me and Anissa were on his podcast and we watched as Ethan Klein snorted 7 lines of cocaine and then gave his son an absolute fucking hiding. That's what these people want. And that's who you've chosen to get in bed with. But no, he sits in silence and then he says he doesn't like politics. So it's like, already they're out, okay? Because these people's lives are dedicated to fucking politics. And then he says he doesn't want the back and forth. What the fuck are you doing? But you know, he's put himself through all of this embarrassment, this humiliation, and he's reaping big rewards. From this appearance...
Big rewards! He ruined his career, he destroyed his reputation, he's siding with terrorists. Bro cannot lose anymore. He has reached the S tier of loser.
He sold a whole 6 seats. Count them. 6 seats.
There's no way that's true.
For Creator Clash. Very impressive. After the release of the content cop, Brogan appeared once more before the 10 people watching and proclaimed, whilst crying, I did it. I saved Gaza.
And I'm like, if I had to lose my career over this bullshit...
What? What career?
At least I can say I was consistent in my views, and I have been consistently against genocide and consistently uplifted the Palestinian people.
I do enjoy when leftists think their like lives matter.
This is crazy that that's a real clip. I am so brave. I supported terrorists and I saved Gaza in front of 10 viewers, even if I am a martyr, just like the terrorists.
matter at all. Your life is meaningless. You have achieved literally nothing, and you should.
Whoa.
Drama between.
She just genocided the pantry. God damn it, she's so brave.
Ethan Klein and Hassan Piker has been going on for 2 years, and yet Gaza has not been saved. So in one last attempt to save Gaza, Hassan and Ethan Klein have a live debate.
Right, the debate was the one that really finally saved Gaza.
We are not Palestinian, you fucking moron! You racist piece of shit!
You're defending terrorism right now, by the way.
Oh, dude, I'm defending the truth.
Truth is, what Hezbollah did in Syria wasn't that bad.
They did not kill 500,000
okay,
people.
So it
in
wasn't
Syria,
that bad. So what Hezbollah did in Syria wasn't that. I know you go to
I can't believe Hassan supports these terrorist organizations. By the way,
bed tonight in a cool race car bed, but I have family.
These are direct Zionist talking points.
This is historical facts.
According to Hassan, historical facts could be Zionist talking points. It's not a not a contradiction, okay?
Literally spread by your very own Avi Schleim. We did not leave because we were Zionists. We left because we were afraid.
Appropriate, Ethan.
You are a radical fucking propagandist liar. Both trauma needs to be acknowledged by both groups.
If you want, just show not just Ethan, but yourself as well. If you're gonna talk, that's fine.
Hey,
I don't
Hassan,
know if it's gonna be too
leave the production notes to my team.
At the end of the day, this is a classic tale of a Jew and his golem.
I mean, I wouldn't say the classic tale, but yeah.
Crafted the golem, painstakingly so.
Right.
And then the golem turned on him, and then the golem crafted his own golems.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how the golem story went, but yeah, all right.
Fight his golem creator.
Right, that's
this
true.
entire debate is just a Jewish man pulling up the anti-Semitism card, and then a vaguely brown guy pulling his own Islamophobia card, even though he's not actually.
Literally two retards fighting.
We need to remember what this is all about.
Yeah, we have to remember what this is all. This is all about Hassan Piker going on his stream, slandering me, and in response, I decided to whip out the biggest fucking nuke on the planet. This complete retard who's been banned off YouTube. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but I agree with myself in the past. Past Nux was a genius. This was the right thing to do.
The doxing, the lawsuits, the sending of a human skull to a family of 5. It's all in the name of Gaza.
Oh my god, what am I looking at? Bro, this is awful. This is terrible, bro. Fucking god.
We are not Palestinian, you fucking moron! You racist piece of shit!
I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. Cause you see the shittiest fucking people at the top.
His entire creator clash is in ruin. The event is going to be fucking absolutely canceled.
Credible circumstantial evidence is not a substitute for forensic evidence.
That's why I said Pixar didn't happen, bro.
Circumstantial evidence.
Like a song, for example.
Doesn't know where Yemen is? Okay, I'm gonna click close.
Oh my god, I love this.
I'm closing.
Nope.
Dude, I'm memeing. I'm fucking memeing. Nope.
I'm fucking memeing. And beat the shit out of people and rip the Palestinian flag.
What is going on? Oh my god.
Son's gonna kill you, boy! Everything I said about Biden is true, you fucking idiot!
I think Sam Hyde, he called you out on like a boxing scene. Yeah, are you interested in like the boxing scene or not?
No, so into this shit. He's a Nazi. Like, I don't know. What's happening right now?
It's so nothing. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. You fucking asshole.
Yeah, what do you mean, damn, bro? What the fuck do you mean, damn?
Ah, look at all these pussies. Look at all these pussies.
What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean, damn? Why do you? You're not asking me.
Know that Hassan Piker is coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
Oh god.
Or in the ring. No, in real life.
Oh god. Oh lord. Oh god. Holy,
Jesus.
that was a fever dream. That was a trip. That was like an actual trip. Holy shit. But yeah, in conclusion, Hassan Piker lied about me. He slandered me, and he might have had sex with children in brothels. Very excited for the next time Hassan calls me out on his stream. Who knows what nuke we'll pull out then? Stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and
What the hell, dude? Oh my god. That was not what I was expecting, man. Only added a little over 7 minutes to the video. You know, I think I took like a minute to get this started too, so didn't do a whole lot of stopping. There wasn't a whole lot of stopping needed. Oh, man. That was the video.
And this video was streamed live on kick.com.
And there's his kick.com/Nuxanor. You can find me in his stream as Lord Durin. Well, this is going to be fun getting posted up. See you guys tomorrow.